everybody knows every team every year goes through different phases of the season, and and kind of has to find their rhythm. And I think that this team did that pretty well. Didn't lose confidence, didn't take the offense for granted, and I mean, some of these guys that I really respect and look up to and have seen play for years, I'm able to actually spend time saying weird stuff with them in the bullpen, and kind of letting them look at me weird, but then also learn from them and watch them pitch, and the whole kind of overall mindset. And this is one of the things that I respect about Cecil and some of these guys that have been around for a while, is that they understand the game. They understand that it can't go perfectly every time, and they also know that they're giving their best effort. And they're, you can see how good they are. You can see how Cecil is as good as he is because of the stuff he has, and things haven't gone quite as well as I'm sure he would have hoped this season, but he still has had a really good run recently, and you can kind of see why he's in the position he's in. And you also see that, if he has, something not go his way, he's not a different guy. He's like the same guy every day that comes in and gets his work done. And so I think it's all about just kind of, keeping it simple, knowing like, I only have like 3 things I need to really think about and focus on, my perspectives and everything. And other than that, I can't really control anything else. So why, worry about it? So, I think about my finger painting or waterfalls and stuff that I always often like to say, because it, helps relax you and helps, kind of compartmentalize things. And I think that that's, as much as I'm joking about the finger painting stuff, I do think that that's actually kind of have some truth to, just being able to figure out these are the kind of directions that I'm going to be looking while I'm here. And I know that if I kind of consistently keep my mind on this, thought process, I know that that's as simple and as complicated as it needs to be. And that's the best way that I'm going to be able to consistently do my job. And that's something that I've been learning from these guys and trying to apply and trying to take advantage of opportunities. And, I don't know how the rest of my career is going to go, but I'm very fortunate to, be given opportunities on this team.
Joe Biagini is our guest, Toronto Blue Jay relief pitcher, and a guy that apparently many Rule 5 pickups finger paint, but I didn't know that you did as well. So
yes,
thank you.
It's a common practice.
Common practice with Rule 5 pickups. Look, you as a Rule 5 pickup, the fans really didn't expect a lot, and the season that you're having has been, as I said, great. And as you said, you don't know how the rest of your career is going, but you're happy to be in the position that you're in. I want to ask you about Aaron Sanchez really quickly. Is that Aaron's a guy who's had an incredible season. We've had him on the show before. Talk about when from a strength perspective, and I guess durability perspective, and I know that it's not an exact science, but look, you throw a lot of fastballs, you throw some sliders, a curve, and a change. And for a guy like Aaron who throws a lot of heat, how much does that upper body strength, that 20 pounds that he put on, I know he's going down to Dunedin for 10 days minimum, how much of a factor is that? Have you seen that in your career where guys have put on significant upper body muscle? Have you seen anybody remake themselves to the extent that Aaron did this offseason?
First of all, who is this? Aaron who?
I think he pitches for the team.
Oh, okay. I'm not familiar. Oh yeah. No, he's really good. Yeah. I would say that I've heard a lot of things about pitching in terms of needing core strength, needing leg strength, needing, upper and lower back, like scap and low back strength. Upper body strength is kind of a shaky subject, and I won't get into it too far, but you don't want to kind of be overdeveloped in your upper body, especially in pushing muscles like on the front, because you don't really need those muscles to produce velocity when you're throwing. And also it can, there can be some potential of kind of things getting tight up there and kind of, getting out of whack and stuff. So strength is very important for pitching, and a guy like Aaron Sanchez works very, very hard. You see him in the weight room all the time, working on his flexibility, working out, making sure he's doing everything he can to be healthy and stable, and and help the team. And I do kind of see guys come in, after off seasons, kind of looking differently and doing things that they believe are the best for them to sustain, especially as a starting pitcher. It's a heavy workload, and I don't see any signs of him slowing down at all. And I know that it's kind of a tough decision for anybody, because you want to make sure that you sustain this guy's career, because he's going to, everybody knows that he's going to be good for a long time. It looks like he's able to handle it, and because of how hard he works, but I don't blame them for making this tough decision. I mean, now would, I guess, be a good time to do it. But I would say that I wouldn't expect him to kind of come back much differently, because, like over an off season or something like that, because I believe that he's in a good enough shape to, withstand a long season of starting, and then multiple seasons over his career. But I think that I recommended Jazzercise. I don't know if he's going to go for it, but we'll see. We'll check on his moves when he gets back.